Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to be diving into modern AI.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, we're going way beyond the Hollywood hype,
Right.
Like no killer robots here, just the real deal, what this tech can actually do.
Absolutely.
We've got some great excerpts from a recent episode to guide us all about modern AI.
Awesome.
Should be a good one. So to kick things off,
Yeah.
this is something I've been wondering, like everyone's talking about AI as if it's magic.
Mm-hmm.
But how does it actually work? Like, where do we even begin to try to understand this?
Well, you've probably heard the term machine learning thrown around a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good place to start. Think of it like teaching a computer through examples instead of like giving it step-by-step instructions.
So instead of programming every little detail, we're kind of letting the computer figure out patterns from data.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine a conveyor belt sorting fruit, right? The computer sees
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of apples and bananas go by,
Okay, yeah.
and it learns that round and red usually means apple, while long and yellow means banana.
Oh, so it's like it's building its own set of rules based on what it's, seeing.
That's a great way to put it. And what's really cool is that these rules are basically mathematical functions. They take an input like the shape and color of a fruit,
Right.
and then it spits out a prediction like apple or banana.
So these functions are kind of like the brains behind machine learning. It's all about connecting these inputs to outputs based on all the data.
Exactly. And these machine learning models are surprisingly versatile. They can do things like predict how much you'll spend at the store next month, or, group customers with similar tastes, or even flag like unusual credit card activity.
So it's a lot more than just sorting food. Machine learning can already do some pretty impressive things.
Absolutely. But when we start talking about really complex problems,
Okay.
like recognizing faces in a crowd
Right.
or translating languages in real time, traditional machine learning starts to hit its limits.
Oh, so what happens when we need to tackle those super complicated tasks?
That's where things get really interesting. That's where deep learning comes in.
Deep learning, is that where we get into that whole AI is like a brain thing?
You got it. Deep learning uses artificial neural networks, which are inspired by the structure of the human brain.
Okay.
But instead of neurons, we have layers of interconnected nodes,
Mm-hmm.
each processing information and passing it on to the next.
Okay, I'm trying to picture this. So data flows through this network, and each layer kind of learns something more and more complex about the information.
You're exactly right.
Right.
Think back to that facial recognition example.
Right.
The first layer might just detect edges and lines.
Right.
Then the next layer combines those into simple shapes like eyes and noses.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, the last layer puts it all together to recognize a whole face and even match it to a name.
Wait, so it's like each layer builds on the previous one to get a more and more sophisticated understanding.
Exactly.
That's pretty amazing.
It is. And this layering allows deep learning to tackle problems that were previously impossible for computers, like creating those deepfakes you've probably seen online.
Oh, yeah.
Where someone's face is realistically swapped onto another person's body.
Okay, deepfakes are definitely impressive, although a little creepy. But can deep learning work with other types of data besides images?
Absolutely. Deep learning can work with text, audio, video, you name it.
Really?
It powers the speech recognition used by virtual assistants, the translation features in language apps, even the recommendations you get on streaming services.
Wow, it's like deep learning is everywhere. But I'm guessing even this powerful technology has some limitations.
You're right. While deep learning is great at specific tasks, it can struggle with problems that require multiple steps or involve making decisions in dynamic environments.
Okay.
Think about teaching a robot to walk. That's a sequence of complex actions that need to adapt to the environment in real time.
Yeah, so how do we teach AI something that complicated? Is there a way to go beyond just recognizing patterns in data?
That's where reinforcement learning comes in. And this one is all about learning through trial and error, like training a pet.
Okay, this is where we get to play virtual fetch with a robot dog, right?
Not exactly, but the concept is similar. Imagine a self-driving car.
Okay.
The car is our agent. The road is its environment.
Okay.
The car tries different actions, like turning the wheel or braking,
Mm-hmm.
and it receives rewards for good decisions, like reaching its destination safely,
Right.
and penalties for bad ones, like crashing.
Yeah.
So it's like the AI is learning by doing, figuring out what works and what doesn't through experience.
Exactly. And when we combine reinforcement learning with those powerful, deep neural networks, we get something called deep reinforcement learning. This is where things get really mind-blowing. Remember DeepMind's AI that learned to play Atari Breakout?
Oh, yeah.
That was deep reinforcement learning in action.
Yeah.
I remember watching that video. It was incredible how the AI went from, randomly hitting the paddle to becoming like a total pro, even inventing strategies that humans had never even thought of.
Exactly.
That's
It
wild.
figured out how to win all on its own just by playing over and over again.
Wow.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Deep reinforcement learning is being used to train robots to walk, to optimize energy consumption in buildings, even to develop new drug therapies.
So this isn't just about games anymore. Deep reinforcement learning is starting to tackle like real world problems. That's pretty exciting. But it makes me wonder, what else is going on in the tech world that's kind of pushing AI forward? Is it just about these algorithms?
Well, the algorithms are definitely key, but they don't exist in a vacuum. There's a whole ecosystem of technological advancements that are fueling the AI boom.
Okay, so let's talk about that ecosystem. What are some of the other forces that are driving this, like AI revolution? This is where we start to see how AI is really changing the world, right?
It really is a fascinating convergence of different technologies, all working together.
Yeah.
For one, we have this explosion of data in our world. Think about all the information that's generated every minute from social media, sensors, online purchases. It's mind-boggling.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about big data, but the sheer scale of it is hard to grasp.
Exactly. And that's where data science comes in.
Okay.
Data scientists are the ones who develop the tools and techniques to make sense of all this data, to extract meaningful insights and patterns that can then be used to train AI algorithms.
So data science is like the foundation for all of this AI progress. Without the data, these algorithms wouldn't have anything to learn from.
Exactly. But it's not just about having a lot of data.
Right.
It's about having the right kind of data. And that's where the Internet of Things comes in, or IoT for short.
IoT, the Internet of Everything. So like my fridge is about to start ordering groceries for me any day now, right?
Maybe not your fridge just yet, but the idea behind IoT is to connect everyday objects to the Internet, allowing them to collect and exchange data.
Right.
This could be anything from sensors in your car tracking your driving habits to smartwatches monitoring your heart rate.
So IoT is basically feeding the AI beast with even more data, giving it a richer understanding of the world.
Exactly. And then we have simulations, which are playing an increasingly important role in AI development.
Simulations, like those virtual reality worlds you see in movies.
Sort of. In the context of AI, simulations are virtual environments where we can safely test and train algorithms without risking damage in the real world.
Right.
Think about training a self-driving car.
Yeah.
It's much safer to let it learn in a simulated city before letting it loose on actual streets.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right, so we can create these virtual playgrounds for AI to learn and experiment in.
Exactly. And speaking of playgrounds, we can't forget about the role of video games in pushing the boundaries of AI.
Oh, yeah.
You mean those AI opponents that always seem to know exactly what I'm going to do next?
Yeah, well, yes, but it goes beyond that. Video games provide these incredibly complex and dynamic environments for AI to learn in. They require AI agents to make strategic decisions, adapt to changing conditions, and even collaborate or compete with other agents, whether human or artificial.
So it's like video games are this ultimate training ground for AI, helping it develop skills that can then be applied to those real-world problems.
You got it. And then there's the role of graphics hardware, the same technology that powers those amazing visuals in video games. Turns out that these powerful graphics processing units, or GPUs, are also incredibly efficient at performing the complex calculations needed for deep learning.
So we're basically using the same tech that makes our games look awesome to train AI.
It is.
That's pretty cool.
And finally, we can't forget about the emerging fields of virtual reality and augmented reality.
Oh, yeah.
Which are opening up entirely new ways for humans and AI to interact and collaborate.
Okay, so VR is like stepping into a completely virtual world.
Right.
And AR is like overlaying digital information onto the real world, right? I'm picturing those Pokemon Go characters popping up everywhere.
Exactly. And these technologies have huge implications for AI. Imagine a surgeon using AR to visualize a patient's anatomy during surgery, guided by an AI assistant providing real-time insights.
Wow, that's incredible. It's like AI is becoming this seamless extension of our own capabilities.
It really is. And the exciting thing is that all of these trends are feeding into each other.
Right.
Creating this virtuous cycle of innovation Advancements in one area lead to breakthroughs in another,
Yeah.
pushing the boundaries of AI further and faster than ever before.
It's like all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together to create this incredible picture of the future.
Yeah.
It's a bit overwhelming to think about, but in a good way. It feels like we're on the cusp of something truly transformative.
It's an exciting time to be alive, that's for sure. And the fact that AI is being fueled by so many different advancements means that its potential is pretty much limitless. It's already
Right.
changing so many aspects of our lives, and this is just the beginning.
Okay, well, speaking of how AI is changing our lives, let's shift gears a bit and talk about what AI can actually do better than humans right now. This is where things start to get a little sci-fi, right?
It can feel that way, but the truth is AI is already exceeding human capabilities in a lot of areas.
Really?
And it's happening faster than most people realize.
Wow, okay.
Ready for some mind-blowing examples?
Hit me with them. I'm ready to be amazed.
Well, first off, AI is now dominant in pretty much every game imaginable.
Okay.
We talked about chess and Atari earlier, but it goes way beyond that. AI systems have defeated world champions in Go,
Wow.
a game so complex that it was once thought to be impossible for computers to master.
So AI is basically unstoppable in the gaming world.
Pretty much.
But what about those real-world applications?
Well, AI is also proving to be incredibly skilled in visual tasks, like object recognition and facial analysis.
Okay.
For example, AI systems can now identify objects in images and videos with greater accuracy than humans,
Really?
which has huge implications for fields like security, surveillance, and even self-driving cars.
So those self-driving cars we were talking about, they're actually relying on AI to see the world around them.
That's right. AI is processing the data from cameras and sensors to identify other cars,
Wow.
pedestrians, traffic signals, and all the other elements of the driving environment.
That's pretty amazing, although I'm not sure I'm ready to give up the steering wheel just yet.
I hear ya.
But what about other areas where AI is surpassing humans?
Well, AI is also making huge strides in communication.
Okay.
Think about speech recognition, translation, even lip reading.
Mm-hmm.
AI systems can now transcribe speech with remarkable accuracy,
Yeah.
translate languages in real time, and even decipher what someone is saying just by analyzing their lip movement.
Wow, so AI is becoming like a master communicator. I guess those language barriers are starting to crumble.
Exactly. And then there's the realm of creativity, which was once thought to be the exclusive domain of humans.
Right.
But AI is now generating art,
Oh, wow.
composing music, even writing poetry that can be surprisingly moving and thought-provoking.
Wait, AI is becoming an artist. I have to admit, I'm a little skeptical about that one. Can a machine really be creative?
It's a fascinating question, and one that's sparking a lot of debate.
Yeah.
But the evidence suggests that AI can, in fact, produce creative outputs that meet many of the criteria we typically associate with human creativity.
So what you're saying is that AI art might not just be a novelty.
Right.
It could actually be a legitimate form of artistic expression.
It could.
That's pretty wild.
It is. And the implications are huge, not just for the art world, but for all of us. Imagine a world where AI can help us create new forms of art, music, and literature that we couldn't even imagine before.
It's like AI is expanding the boundaries of human creativity, pushing us beyond our own limitations.
Exactly. And finally, let's not forget about the medical field,
Okay.
where AI is making perhaps its most profound impact. AI systems are now being used to diagnose diseases, develop treatment plans,
Oh.
even predict patient outcomes with greater accuracy than human doctors in many cases.
So AI is literally becoming a lifesaver. This is where the potential of AI really hits home.
It does. And while it's still early days, the possibilities of AI in medicine are truly mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Imagine a future where AI can help us cure diseases,
Right.
extend our lifespans, and improve our overall well-being in ways we can only dream of today.
It's like AI is giving us a glimpse into a future where the impossible becomes possible. It's both exciting and a little intimidating, to be honest.
I understand it's a lot to process. But one thing's for sure. AI is no longer a futuristic fantasy. It's here, it's real, and it's already changing our world in profound ways.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from the inner workings of AI to its mind-blowing capabilities.
We have.
But I'm still curious about something. We talked about all these different types of AI, but are they all working independently, or do they ever interact with each other?
That's a great question, and it leads us to one of the most exciting frontiers in AI research. The idea of combining different AI approaches to create even more powerful and versatile systems.
Okay.
It's like assembling a team of AI specialists,
Oh, interesting.
each with their own unique skills and strengths.
So imagine we have a team of like AI all-stars. How would they work together? What kind of amazing things could they accomplish?
Well, imagine a system that combines the pattern recognition power of deep learning with the strategic thinking of reinforcement learning.
Okay.
This hybrid AI could analyze vast amounts of data to identify trends and then use that knowledge to make decisions in complex, dynamic environments.
Okay, so it's like having an AI that can not only see the big picture, but also like adapt and learn on the fly.
Right.
Where could we use something like that?
The possibilities are endless. Imagine a financial AI that can analyze market trends, assess risk, and make investment decisions in real time, way faster and more efficiently than any human trader.
So we're talking about AI that can not only beat us at games, but also manage our money? I guess Wall Street might be getting a little nervous right now.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But the potential benefits go far beyond finance. Imagine AI-powered robots that can work alongside humans in factories and warehouses,
Okay.
adapting to changing conditions and learning new tasks as needed.
That's a pretty amazing vision of the future, but it also kind of raises some, important questions.
Sure.
Like, what happens to human jobs if AI can do everything better than us?
It's a valid concern
Yeah.
and one that we need to address as a society.
Yeah.
But I believe that AI has the potential to create more jobs than it displaces, just as previous technological revolutions have done.
Okay.
The key is to adapt and evolve,
Right.
to focus on developing skills that complement AI rather than competing with it.
So instead of feeling AI, we need to learn to work with it. See it as a tool that can augment our abilities and help us achieve things we never thought possible.
Exactly. It's about finding the right balance,
Yeah.
embracing the potential of AI, while also preserving and celebrating what makes us uniquely human.
Well said. And speaking of what makes us human, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on something we touched on earlier. The idea of AI becoming creative, Is it really possible for a machine to be truly creative? Or is it just mimicking human creativity?
It's a fascinating question,
Yeah.
and one that philosophers and scientists have been debating for centuries.
Right.
But I believe that AI can be creative, even if it's a different kind of creativity than we're used to seeing in humans.
So AI might not be composing symphonies like Beethoven,
All right.
but it could be creating entirely new forms of art and music that we can't even imagine.
Exactly. AI can explore these vast creative spaces that are simply beyond human comprehension.
Okay.
It can combine different artistic styles,
Uh-huh.
experiment with new forms and mediums,
Right.
and even generate art that is tailored to individual preferences.
That's pretty mind-blowing. It's like AI is opening up this whole new dimension of artistic expression.
It is, and the implications are huge, not just for the art world, but for all of us.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where AI can help us personalize our entertainment,
Right.
create immersive virtual experiences,
Mm.
and even design products and buildings that are both functional and aesthetically pleasing.
It's like AI is taking creativity to a whole new level. I have to admit, I'm starting to get a little less skeptical and a lot more excited about the possibilities here.
It's an exciting time to be alive, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And the future of AI is full of potential, both for good and for, well, maybe not evil, but
Yeah.
certainly for challenges that we need to address thoughtfully and proactively.
That's a good point. It's easy to get caught up in all the amazing things AI can do, but we also need to be mindful of the potential risks and implications.
Absolutely. As with any powerful technology, there are ethical considerations that we can't ignore. We need to ensure that AI is developed and used responsibly,
Yeah.
that it benefits all of humanity, and that it doesn't exacerbate existing inequalities or create new ones.
So it's not just about making AI smarter.
Yeah.
It's about making it better, more ethical, more aligned with our values as a society.
Precisely. And that's a conversation that needs to involve everyone,
Mm-hmm.
not just technologists and policymakers,
Right.
but also artists, educators, philosophers, and everyday citizens.
It's like we're all in this together,
Yeah.
shaping the future of AI, one decision, one innovation, one conversation at a time.
Well said. And as we continue to explore the possibilities of AI,
Yeah.
let's remember that it's not just about creating intelligent machines.
Yeah.
It's about understanding ourselves better,
Mm-hmm.
expanding our capabilities, and ultimately creating a future that benefits all of us.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of modern AI.
It's been my pleasure.
It's been a thought-provoking and inspiring exploration, and I hope you've come away with a new appreciation for the power and potential of this transformative technology. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Well, imagine a system that combines the pattern recognition power of deep learning with the strategic thinking of reinforcement learning.
Yeah.
This hybrid AI could analyze like massive amounts of data to identify trends.
Yeah.
And then use that knowledge to make decisions in, really complex dynamic environment.
Okay, so it's like having an AI that can see the big picture, but also adapt and learn on the fly.
Right.
Where could we even use something like that?
The possibilities are really endless. Imagine a financial AI that can analyze market trends,
Okay.
assess risk, and make investment decisions in real time,
Mm-hmm.
way faster and more efficiently than any human trader could.
So we're talking about AI that can not only beat us at games, but also manage our money.
Yeah.
I guess Wall Street might be getting a little nervous right now.
Perhaps. But the potential benefits go way beyond just finance.
Yeah.
Imagine AI-powered robots working alongside humans in factories
Right.
and warehouses, adapting to changing conditions, learning new tasks as needed.
That's a pretty amazing vision of the future. But it also raises some pretty important questions.
Sure.
Like, what happens to human jobs if AI can do, like, everything better than us?
It's a valid concern and one that we definitely need to address as a society.
Yeah.
But I believe that AI has the potential to create more jobs than it displaces,
Okay.
just like previous technological revolutions have.
Right.
The key is to adapt and evolve, to focus on developing skills that complement AI rather than trying to compete with it.
So instead of fearing AI, we need to learn to work with it, to see it as a tool that can augment our abilities and help us achieve things we never thought possible.
Exactly. It's all about finding that balance,
Yeah.
embracing the potential of AI while also preserving and celebrating what makes us, well, uniquely human.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, this has been an incredible deep dive into the world of AI.
It really has.
I feel like we've gone from, the basics of how it works all the way to like imagining a future where AI is practically a part of our everyday lives.
It's amazing how far it's come.
Yeah, it really is. And it's clear that AI is not just some futuristic fantasy anymore.
Not at all.
It's here, it's real, and it's already changing the world in ways that we probably can't even fully grasp yet.
Definitely. It's a really exciting time to be following this field.
It is, and I have a feeling this is just the beginning of the AI revolution.
I think so, too.
So to all our listeners out there, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.
Absolutely.
Because the future of AI is being shaped right now, and it's up to all of us to ensure that it's a future we can all be proud of.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI, and until next time, keep on diving.